Good morning. It is Monday morning. Time for some Motivational Monday. My name is Pastor Christopher Donnell here at Urbana United Methodist Church, and hope you had a great weekend and that your week is starting off on the right foot. We are just finished week 3 of our series on the prodigal son, and this week we really highlighted how the grace that the father gives the younger son really offends the older brother. And grace is offensive when it's given to people that we don't think deserve it, or we don't like, or we have a vendetta against, whatever reason, because we feel like we earned whatever we have. And Jesus goes even deeper in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 20, with the parable of the vineyard workers. And I'm just going to read this to you. Chapter 20, verses 1. For the kingdom of heaven is like the landowner who went out early one morning to hire workers for his vineyard. He agreed to pay the normal daily wage and sent them out to work. At 9 o'clock in the morning, he was passing through the marketplace and saw some people standing around doing nothing. So he hired them, telling them that he would pay them whatever was right at the end of the day. So they went to work in the vineyard. And at noon again, and at 3 o'clock, he did the same thing. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, he was in town and saw some more people standing around, and he asked them, "Why haven't you been working today?" They replied, "Because no one's hired us." The landowner told them, "Go out and join the others in my vineyard." That evening, he told the foreman to call the workers in and pay them, beginning with the last workers first. When those hired at 5 o'clock were paid, each received a full day's wage. When those hired first came to get their pay, they assumed they would receive more, but they too were paid the day's wage. When they received their pay, they protested to the owner, "Those people worked only for 1 hour, and yet you've paid them just as much as you paid us, who worked all day in the scorching heat." He answered one of them, "Friend, I haven't been unfair. Didn't you agree to work all day for the usual wage? Take your money and go. I wanted to pay the last worker the same as you." And that would be offensive if you were on the other end. If you worked all day in the scorching heat and you got paid $50, and then someone who showed up for an hour got paid $50, we would probably be offended. But the lesson here, the parable, is that this reward, this wage, is given by Jesus, and he chooses what that amount is going to be. And it's the same for all of us, and that's the same grace that we all receive. And so the question is, are we celebrating the worker getting the same wage as us? I mean, that's a good day to show up for an hour and get paid $50, right? So we should celebrate them, not protest them. And that's the same thing with our friends, our neighbors, our family, who may be going through stuff that we don't even know about, who needs grace just as much as we do. And so we need to start. The question is, are we in need of grace? And I think we all are. And that's where we start the good work of making this world more like heaven and less like hell, as we start with ourselves and the grace that we need to walk out and be faithful, regardless of how many hours or what we're doing with our work and what the wage is. So this week, I invite you to look for people who need grace, including yourself. Start there, but look for people who need grace. And yeah, it'll be offensive, but that's okay. God's presence is with you. God bless you.